2 weeks ago, I had the winner, the Kentucky Derby, the first Saturday in May. Today, no fanfare, no, no trumpets playing, no winning ticket. Thought I had the Ortiz brothers again, but I was wrong. Can't win all the time. We can use wind down. Saturday, May 16th. Let's go. It's all the way live. Yep. Every Saturday, it's all the way live. It is all the way L-I-V-E. Live. L-I-V-E, live. Like Cuba's trying to stay alive. America became a terrorist state in the last 2 years, terrorizing Cuba. Wow, look at Sabres. They're terrorizing Canadians now. They're up top. They're up on top. We destabilizing Middle East, destabilizing Cuba. Nice. Terrorist organization, terrorist administration. Trump, Xi, hail a reset after the big summit, baby. The big summit this week. The big deals that were made. Wall Street Journal says GOP counts on deep pockets to try to avoid midterm losses. Not trying to get too many wins, trying to avoid the losses. Berkshire on the Abel. Abel de Mexico. Invest in Delta again. Yields hit 1 year high. That's hit 1 year high, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year yields hit a 1 year high. Southern poverty lost, and they're caught in a fight for survival. Get off more they can chew, trying to go after the most amazing guy, Trump. The most amazing guy. And Scotland's 151 long shot. To become a soccer miracle, they can win the Scottish Premier League. What the heck is going on with Xi? What is that guy's plan? What's this? What is this Xi's industrial policy of everything? What is going on with China? Trump just came back from China. What is China doing? Here's a picture of robotic arms grab parts of washing machines on a production line in Qingdao, China. Xi's industrial policy of everything. In the decades since China joined the world economy, U.S. presidents have traveled to Beijing with a predictable list of demands. Pork fried rice, barbecue spare ribs. Oh, that's bad. That's terrible. Terrible joke. Stop stealing intellectual property. Don't force technology transfer. Open your markets. Donald Trump filed a script on his visit in 2017. To repeat those demands this past week would have been pointless. Those demands reflect the view of Chinese industrial policy broadly, government support for favored sectors that is woefully out of date. Xi Jinping has elevated Chinese industrial policy into something the world has never seen. Yep, totally. They are just like an engineering wonder. It targets almost every industry and region, demand and supply services and goods. They're nimble, they're agile, they shift resources with a flexibility no one else on the earth can do at this scale. No. And unfortunately or fortunately, their output has made Americans' lives better. My God, you think of any kind of hobby or anything that you're trying to do around the house. Gosh, there's something made in China that's so fucking convenient. Its goals are economic, technological, and strategic. Tools are micro and macroeconomic. There's no obvious solution. Trump reportedly secured agreements. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. To purchase soybeans, energy, and aircraft, withhold military equipment from Iran and open up more to U.S. business. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce identifies the key features of what it calls China's industrial policy of everything. Many Chinese products now match or beat Western competitors in quality and price without government help. Yep. Look around. Think about 20 years ago, 15, 10, 5 years ago. Anything you bought from China has gotten fucking better. Even the packaging. The packaging looks flash. Yet rather than dial back support, Beijing keeps broadening their support. The country's 5-year plan issued in 2021 listed 19 priority sectors. The latest released in March list 24, and the next 5-year plan, can I hear 2730, 30, Kalshi Poly Market. What do you have predicting for the next one? Adding brain computer interfaces, nuclear fusion energy. While sexy products such as smartphones and electric vehicles hog the limelight, China's ambitions also cover the mature and mundane. The Made in China 2025 plan, released in 2015, which caused so much consternation in the West, earmarked 10 industries for self-sufficiency. The 2023 update dropped one and added 7, including mature industries such as household appliances and textiles. Chemicals are a good example. Global exports of tetrachloroethylene used in dry cleaning have risen 25-fold since 2019. Exports of O-xylene used in plastics and coatings have climbed 12-fold. Chemicals also illustrate the emptiness of China's promises to cut back on overcapacity, which has depressed prices and profits. Rhodium reports that a 2025 directive promised to address petrochemical overcapacity, but only plants more than 20 years old were targeted, accounting for 5 to 6% of capacity. Far from shrinking output, the plan aimed to shift the industry from bulk to high-value chemicals and boost output 5% a year. Rhodium reports that once Chinese firms reach technological parity with their competitors, they take market share at breathtaking speed. Yeah, they are really like dragons. In 2016, Rhodium estimates China controlled more than 50% of export volumes in 163 industries out of about 2,000 for which data are available. By 2024, that had risen to 315. Wow. China's massive trade surpluses are often attributed to weak domestic demand, yet China can create demand when it wants. To nurture its drone industry, Beijing encourages numerous sectors to integrate drones, complemented by public investment in enabling infrastructure, including the use of local government special bonds. Whoa. She once regarded services as inferior to the real economy. Not anymore. State directives single out high value services such as biopharma contracting. It saw sales double between 2018 and 2022 and projected to double again by 27. National security is integral to Xi's industrial policy. Eliminating imports makes China less vulnerable to foreign pressure, while increasing export market share makes others more vulnerable to Chinese pressure. Thus, Xi prioritizes choke point products that are critical to larger supply chains, such as organic chemicals and machinery. China routinely retaliates against unfriendly governments by weaponizing its market, that is, shutting out their export. Weaponizing choke points is more potent, with potential to shut entire product production lines. Even the US sought a trade war truce when China put export controls on rare earths and critical minerals. As dependence on China increases, the capacity of foreign governments to mitigate that dependence diminishes. I know. But you know what? They're still trading. So, hey, they probably can't keep it going. But in the meantime, let's take their cheap stuff. Cheap, pretty quality stuff. I'm a free tradesman through and through. We're celebrating 250 all these next couple of weeks until July 4th to get to 250. See, the stars are bright, baby. I'm a free trader. Classic American. Bring your Chinese goods, China. Sell them to us. If there's no demand in your country, I can't help you with that. But you can help us with your nice products. Nice, costly products. Cost effective. Yeah, the pervasive nature of China's industrial policy makes it hard for competitors to counter. That's right. Trump's tariffs have driven down the U.S. trade deficit with China, but China has redirected exports to other markets. And because Chinese inputs are omnipresent in global supply chains, the value of Chinese content entering the U.S. can remain steady even as imports drop. This could be addressed through tariffs on Chinese content, regardless of where the production product originated, or through tighter rules of origin. But that wouldn't solve the competitive threat. The US could ban every Chinese made product, but those products would keep gaining market share abroad, threatening US leadership. For example, Chinese electric vehicles may incorporate Chinese software and artificial intelligence. As those EVs gain market share abroad, Chinese software and AI may supplant US rivals as the global standard. This calls for a joint response by all market-based democracies to Chinese industrial policy, but U.S. allies' willingness to coordinate with the U.S. on China has eroded under Trump. Oh, you mean the stupid idiots? You mean the stupid other idiots? Those stupid other countries? They're stupid. But when we need them, we're nice. The Achilles heel of Chinese industrial policy is its cost and waste. China runs bigger budget deficits relative to economic output than the U.S. Outside advanced manufacturing, the economy is moribund, weighed down by debt, deflation, and aging demographics. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So hey, keep sending. They'll just collapse on their own weight, under their own weight. Just keep giving us affordable stuff. Many critics thus expect, even hope, that Chinese industrial policy will eventually implode under the weight of its own contradictions. There's no guarantee of that soon. To paraphrase an adage about markets, China can stay irrational longer than foreign competitors can stay solvent. Yep, they can keep it going. What the heck is going on? Iraq planned attacks in U.S.? What? Iraqi planned attacks in U.S.? Don't let that country get nukes. Colorado River is on the brink of disaster. What the heck? A great Colorado River? Where the water comes from, upper basin snowmelt, upper basin, lower basin tributaries, reservoirs, where it goes, farms, Mexico. Okay. Volumes are down, down, down. Lake Mead, you're down. Lake Powell, you're down. but consumption keeps going up. Colorado River is running dangerously low. 7 western states are relying on it. Can't agree on how to share what's left. I don't like this. A deal deadline came and went in February, leading the federal government to threaten its own solution, one that would keep the dam generating power but likely bring painful cuts to water use. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, who actually was pretty solid in some questioning with in Congress this week, I think it was pretty solid. Probably one of the better of second Golden Era's dream team. I think it was pretty calm, cool, and collected in Congress this week. He said, "We're positive about one thing, though. On the Colorado River, no one will be satisfied. The river provides water for 40 million great American people, more than 5 million acres of farmland for our great farmers. Its dams produce electricity for damn millions of damn people. The current crisis is rooted in a compact Western states made in 1922. Officials overestimate how much water the river would provide. Of the 21st century, as drought gripped the region, it became harder to meet the deal's water allocation obligations. The diminished water supply, coupled with a growing population of big winners in Las Vegas. At Las Vegas casinos, all the big winners drinking a lot of water. Water shortages have inflamed tensions between the upper basin states, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, New Mexico, and the lower basin states, Arizona, California, Nevada. The 1922 agreement granted roughly equal allotments from the river, but the lower basin routinely uses more. Oh, that's not fair. Lower basin, come on. The upper and lower basins are jockeying to shape a new long-term solutions as several water sharing pacts expire this year. Buffalo's up 5-3, second period. Unusually warm winter this past year led to this being the worst year for snowpack in Colorado and Utah on record. Whoa. What the heck? What the heck is going on out there? Officials estimate Lake Powell will receive the least amount of water this year since the reservoir began to fill in 1963. What? So really, just no good news. Arizona has already cut water usage by nearly a third. More reductions loom. For now, authorities are sending water from an upstream reservoir to replenish Lake Powell, but it's a short-term fix. There's not enough water to fill the hole. Fill it all. Let's get some water. Let's get some water from Iran. What the heck is this guy doing now? Markwayne Mullins spoke at an event, shifts course. Mullins trying to improve agency's image. That's going to be tough. Kick him out, Christie. Hop along Mark and kick him out, Christie. That's going to be tough sledding. What's happening in the Gulf there? Israel targets key Hamas leader. The Gulf's power. Saudi Emirati strikes on Iran, showing Tehran's regime holds new leverage. What? I thought we were winning. U.S. is nearing filing charges against Cuba's Raul Castro. Wow, why can't we get the guys that are really in charge? We're going to kill the Ayatollah who's like 90 years old. Raul Castro's like 90 years old. Jeez. Leadership quagmire and UK deepens. Keir Starmer. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is asked to step down. Keir Starmer. Eurovision's political saga. They're weak. Europeans are weak. They're weak on Eurovision. So why go to the moon again? Because it's awesome. Because it's like amazing place to travel to. Oh my God. Have you ever been to the moon? Oh my God. It's like Tulum. Oh my God. The moon is like Tulum. You have never been to the moon? Oh my God. You've never been to Tulum? Oh my God. Travel. Moon. Travel. Traveling. Amazing. I'm so tired of Peggy Noonan. Like some kind of bourgeois writer. Not crazy about it. Holman Jenkins, you're really someone to rely on here, but COVID, get out of here. Get out of here. Your guy was in charge. Your guy Trump was in charge. He let Fauci run the country in the first golden era. Get over it. And here's something from baseball. Let's quickly look at the 34-year-old journeyman who became a hitting machine. Since 2008, Arizona Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas has played for 19 different teams throughout the majors and minors, including the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. The 34-year-old journeyman who became a hitting machine recently ended a 27-game hitting streak, longest ever for a Venezuelan-born player, hitting 331, 950 on base plus slugging percentage. There you go, America. There you go, Venezuela. There you go, Delcy Rodriguez. I'm going to play a record that was played by, before we get into the exchange, that was played by the Black Keys last week at their concert here in New York, the great state of New York, in the Big Apple. And this is a cover. Well, first their Peaches album is a cover album, but this isn't on it. But the Black Eyes played this. This is Crawling King Snake. It's a nice record. Here it is. The Black Eyed Keys. With Crawling King Snake. We can use wind down.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that was black. The black keys. The keys are black. Crawling king snake. Ooh, this is messy here. Courtroom drama between Elon, Zelon, and Samlon. What the heck? It's like really rich people are in everybody's lives. Like every second, every minute, every hour, there's like a rich person in your home. Gosh, I wish they can leave their bank account when they come by. Am I right? Oh, here's some tips: how to buy a used EV. With rising oil prices, you know, the special combat mission, like a lot of cars, EVs are the most affordable right now. The hot Wall Street trade, I bet that the Strait of Hormuz isn't reopening soon, is a wager you can make at home. All you have to do is buy a used EV. Be honest about your needs. The anxiety of Americans about electric cars running out of juice is often based on a misapprehension of how much driving they typically do. If you have an average commute and can charge your car at home overnight, the overwhelming majority of EVs can meet your needs. Well, it's good to know. That needs to be like communicated, like widely. Where do I drive every day? Where do I go with the car? Okay. Can an EV fit that profile? What if I'm going on like a cross country tour? Then I don't know if that's a car for you. That said, if this is to be your sole vehicle and you're frequently taking long road trips or towing heavy loads where you can't charge at home, you might have to go with the newer, costlier EV, a hybrid or a conventional gas vehicle. On for the deals, 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 deals. America's dealers are a bit hapless when it comes to EVs. You, a savvy consumer, can take advantage of that fact. Many don't like selling them in the first place because conventional gas vehicles mean much higher maintenance fees. EV yearly maintenance is a fraction of the cost. Remember, the author here decided a $19,000 2025 Nissan Leaf was the best way to get around town. No oil changes, so you typically have to replace tires sooner. Many dealers have at least a few used EVs on their lots. Avoid the lemons. Okay. EVs are reliable. Mechanical simplicity means fewer things can go wrong, but when something does go wrong, it can be a big and expensive headache. The first thing to check on any vehicle you're eyeballing is unaddressed recalls, especially if they're related to the vehicle's battery or electronics. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has a free recall lookup site. Show me the Carfax. Show me the eCarfax, electronic Carfax box. Assuming you have the vehicle's VIN, vehicle identification number. You can also spend some money to get its complete history, owners, crashes, etc. from such providers as Carfax, AutoCheck, VIN Audit. Check the battery health. Battery health for used EVs in the US is good overall. Average battery capacity of EVs is 92%. Today's batteries hold their capacity consistently for years. Know the cost. Forget brand loyalty. In the under $25,000 range, you can find low mileage models from Volkswagen, Kia, Hyundai, Nissan, Chevrolet, Polestar, Tesla, Audi, Honda, Mini. What the heck? What the hecky?
What the hecky? Volkswagen. Volkswagen, Kia. Hyundai. Nissan. Chevrolet. Polestar. Tesla. Audi. Honda. Mini. Toyota. Subaru. Ford. BMW.
Damn, a lot of options. Be picky, picky. There you go. There you have it. Vanguard is a Costco of finance. Nate Bargatze wants to be the next Walt Disney. Trial of the century. Nah. Not as interesting as OJ. Elon and Altman. Starbucks cuts 300 more corporate jobs. Those guys are stealing coffee on the job. AI. Look at this. The blockbuster Cerebrus.
The blockbuster Cerebrus IPO is a huge bet on NVIDIA fatigue. We're tired of you, NVIDIA. We like Cerebrus now.
What's going on? Who are the winners and losers in oil's new world order? Okay, the U.S. insulated but not immune. 2 decades ago, the grand old USA imported around 60% of its oil as consumed. What the heck? Today, it's the world's largest oil producer, major net export. Darn right. Oil use as a share of the economy has also steadily fallen. Yeah, sure. The surge in supply means the physical shortages will take longer to reach American shores. Consumers are paying more at the pump, but the broader macroeconomic damage is smaller because the increased consumer spending at the pump now flows to domestic producers rather than abroad. Plus, natural gas prices surged in Europe and Asia but barely rose in the U.S., a price divergence that has saved U.S. consumers trillions, baby. That's right, trillions
Since the onset of the shale revolution.
Long view. In a global market, American consumers still pay higher prices at the pump when a supply disruption occurs overseas. As prices rise, politicians may be tempted to embrace more extreme, economically and geopolitically harmful options such as banning oil exports. Longer term, today's crisis holds at least the promise of forging more common ground, as it is both true that America's position has been strengthened by producing more oil and gas, and that the U.S. will still be less vulnerable to supply shocks if we use less oil through tighter fuel economy standards, more electric vehicles, and better mass transit and rail. Oh my God. What a radical green scammer. What are you talking about? EVs and mass transit and rail? Radical Democrat. Look amazingly handsome. All the boys and young men are injecting peptides. Like RFK Jr.'s peptides. He probably does the same thing. They're all so amazing and handsome. Mama Dani. Mama Dani. Me Neanderthal. Me perform root canal. Me caveman. Here's how a former Navy SEAL on how to raise confident risk-taking kids. Make them drop and give you 20 push-ups. Here's a survivor. Obituary there. The unhittable man. Girls, move over Garrick and Ripken. Ryan is the Iron Man of baseball, at least when it comes to pitching. Here's Nolan Ryan pitching for the California Angels against the Oakland A's during the 1974 game in Oakland, California. Somehow, these guys don't seem like they would be athletic like the guys now. Probably was like smoking cigarettes between the fucking innings. We humans, we love rituals. Cardinals at the fifth of 9 masses held in Rome for the recently deceased Pope Francis. For centuries, collective rituals have evolved in tandem with religious practice. Humans, Aristotle told us, are social creatures. We are also, as the philosopher Charles Taylor more recently described us, language animals. We don't merely receive or try to describe reality, we shape it using the creative and collective tools available to us. Among the most powerful tools we have, perhaps the most powerful, according to Bruce Feiler, the author of this book, is ritual. We're not just Homo sapiens, we are also Homo ritualis. Oh, geez, another Epstein. Uh-oh. Another Epstein Island here. There's some bureaucrats. Metamorphosis. Original webmasters. Schemes in the South. Lost in a musical daydream. This guy here wants you to use headphones. What's this? By Gioacchino Rossini, Little Solemn Mass. Portrait of composer Gioacchino Rossini by an anonymous artist. How to ace the tour. You how to look fashionable in all the tours. Tennis tours here. You want to look fashionable? You want to be at the tennis tournaments this year? Look cool. Be cool. Honey, honey, honey. Sweet honey. Ramps. Those are really interesting vegetables. They kind of just like grow wild. They taste like garlicky onions. Amazing. What's Gen Z cooking? I don't know. Ramen noodles. Look at that. He's talking about EVs from earlier. Look at this caddy with impeccable timing. Right on time, caddy. The future
Of travel. The future of travel. The future of travel. What travel might look like in 20 years. Travel so amazing. What will Tulum look like? In 20 years, it's me from the future. I'm you from the future. I just came back from Tulum. Oh my God, past me. I cannot believe you've never been. You have never been to Tulum. OMG. I am from the future. I am future you. I went to Tulum and it is amazing. It's everything. It is everything. And everything combined to be everything. Everything plus everything equals everything. Tulum is everything. Future me is telling past me you need to travel to Tulum, because the future of travel might look like this in 20 years. What could it look like? Frictionless security, distributed airports, space hotels, demand controlled destinations. AI agent handles everything. Smarter roads, faster flight.
That's it for the journal this week. This week, I saw my Spotify app had like a new design on it to celebrate something. I don't know, 20 years, maybe 20 years of Spotify being a company. So this Spotify company then to celebrate shares like the songs that I play most. And I forgot I played this record a lot. This is an excellent record by St. Vincent. This is called Broken Man. I forgot I played this. This wasn't in the top, but as I just kind of let it play as for some nostalgia, what I was playing all these years. I think I've only had it for like 6, 7 years though, and most long enough. But I was really, really knocking this record back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. This is Broken Man by St. Vincent. This is so good. This is so rock and roll. It's so effing good. Broken Man, St. Vincent, We Can Use Wine Now. Let's
On the street, I'm a king-size killer.
go.
I can make your kingdom come. On my feet, I'm an earthquake shaking. So open up, my little one. Hey, what are you looking at? Who the hell do you think I am? And what are you looking at? Like you never seen a broken man. Love and nail yourself right to me. If you go, I won't be well. I can hold my arms wide open, but I need you to drive the nail. Like, what are you looking at? Well, who the hell do you think I am? Hey, what are you looking at? Like you've never seen a broken man. But how do you see me now? You built my tower, tear it down. But how could you see me now? If I stopped cracking up myself, I stopped cracking up. Who the hell do you think I am? Like you've never seen a broken man. Like you've never seen a broken man. Like you've never seen a broken man. You think I nail yourself right? Like you've never seen a broken man. Won't be well. You think I held my arms wide open? Like you've never seen a broken man. To drop the nail. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Hey, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking
So good. That is so good. Let's check in with our man in London. I think he's in London, actually. I don't even know. Oh, there it is. Nails it again. The century of the stalemate. He nails it again. Guy. Financial Times. For a certain kind of football snob, the perfect game ends 0-0, with not even a goal-scoring chance. The players are distributed, their movements coordinated to reduce space on the grass for individual flair. This ideal of tactical rigor is hard to achieve in 3 dimensions, but the 1994 World Cup final in Pasadena was a masterclass of mutual nullification. As the U.S. prepares to host again, it will be dreading a repeat of those 120 scoreless minutes. There are quite enough stalemates around. The 2 highest profile wars in the world are stuck. In Ukraine, an invasion that was meant to succeed within weeks is nearing First World War length. Wow. The front lines move. The front line moves at a hideous human cost when it moves at all. In the Gulf, the apparent mismatch between the U.S. and Iran has settled into deadlock. Even Gaza remains a contested space, so after more than a decade of fighting, does Yemen. Something similar is going on in the domestic realm. Each U.S. presidential election this century has been competitive. No one has won 400 electoral college votes, a once banal achievement, since 1988. If the Republicans lose the House in the coming midterms, that will be the 6th transfer of control since 1994. Whoa. Before that, Democrats were in the place for 4 straight decades. Yeah, those are the 4 straight decades where America was losing. Radicals. This week is Dr. Jesus Trump met Xi Jinping. There was talk of another Cold War, but the original one had a winner. It is hard to see how the U.S.-China race can ever be so decisive. Even aside from their interdependence, the U.S. cannot have a Cold War with its 3rd biggest trade partner and holder of treasuries. The 2 countries are well matched. Except in Newcount and certain other fields, the USSR did not get close to rivaling America like this, nor did Japan, Germany, or the late-stage Spanish Empire. How did stalemate become the pattern of our century? And how can it not have something to do with the internet? I know. It's like even in sports. I mean, talk about American football. I mean, games really the most competitive teams comes down to the game of inches. Just like tippy toes to get a touchdown in. Unequal performance often rests on unequal knowledge. That is much harder to achieve now. If a tactic works on the battlefield, the other side can share it among their comrades at digital speed. If a political movement whips up its members online, the opposing movement learns to do the same. Pre-internet, 2 sides might not have even encountered the other. An industrial secret is easier to pinch if a photo of it can be emailed home in seconds. Let's go, Buffalo, up 6-3. Whoa. This is doubly true if, as is often the case now, the secret is itself just a piece of code, not an engine or warhead. In our world, an initial advantage does not last for long. Before, even the fact of the advantage might only be known to the side in possession of it. Some Soviet citizens generally did not understand or believe how rich the West was. God, it was such a shock how people lived. With the dawn of the internet, firewall or no firewall, the Chinese were left in less doubt. What an impetus to press on with market reforms. And this is before language translation software became as sinisterly good as it's going to be. In all sorts of fields, it has become difficult to be much better than a rival for much time. This should reduce human conflict. Stalemate gives all parties something. Yet, look around. It turns out that stability within and between nations so often depends on one side winning. In politics, if a party keeps clinching elections, its rival has no choice but to adopt some of its ideas. Hence the middle ground. If both sides can count on a huge minimum vote regardless, and perhaps 1 win in 2, the incentive to compromise is what exactly? The GOP could nominate Cruella de Vil as president and still get to a respectable 230-ish. I know. It's like they'll just vote party line. In war, too, there's no pressure to sue for peace if eternal stalemate is available at tolerable cost. With surveillance drones, there is almost no such thing as a surprise attack now. The dirty secret of the stable world in which I grew up was that it rested on a certain one-sidedness. Pax Americana was just one example of it. The spread of knowledge and power since then has been fair, just, and ruinous. That's it for this week. I'm gonna play one more of these records from my hit list. I love this record. This is Donald Byrd, High Energy. This is after Donald Byrd's kind of jazzy life. Then he started doing this, like, he had this band that was making more kind of funk. So to me, this is like high funk. This is epitome of FUNKWNWD FUNK. Funk. Weekend news wind down kind of funk. Weekend news wind down energy. Kind of high energy. Donald Byrd, High Energy. We're off next week, Memorial Day. Closer and closer to America 250. Let's go. High Energy, USA.